Right now at 10, a body is found after a house fire in Altoona. Police making an arrest.
And a beagle breeding lab is shutting down in Wisconsin, where the remaining dogs are going.
Plus, renovations complete. An inside tour of La Crosse's Fire Station 3 and how officials say the changes will benefit taxpayers.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Altoona police arresting someone on an arson charge after a deadly house fire. Crews
responded to a home on Skyview Drive just after 9:30 this morning after reports of smoke coming from the residence. Investigators recovered a body from the scene. The cause of death is pending an autopsy. Police have not released the victim's identity or the name of the person arrested.
A La Crosse teenager is pleading guilty related to a shots fired incident at Pettibone Drive last summer. Antonio Shaw Jr., who was 17 at the time, admitted to illegally possessing a firearm after a prior felony conviction as a juvenile. An attempted homicide charge stemming from that same incident was dismissed as part of the plea agreement. A judge sentenced Shaw to 5 years probation, 50 hours of community service, and ordered him to pay court costs.
Ridgeland Farms, one of the nation's largest breeders of beagles for laboratory testing, is officially shutting down. The controversial Wisconsin Beagle breeding facility is transferring its final 475 dogs, 325 leaving this week, and the remaining 150 by August. Ridgeland agreed to end breeding operations by July 1st as part of a 2025 settlement to avoid animal cruelty charges.
We're committed to ensuring that dogs leaving these facilities are put up for adoption, are given to rescues, and not euthanized. This is why we are currently proposing, working on a bill to stop that from happening.
Ridgeland is asking the public to refrain from further protests now that the remaining dogs are out on their way.
After months of construction, renovations are now complete at La Crosse Fire Station 3.
News 8 Now's J.D. McGee got an inside look.
Fire officials say the upgrades are long overdue and will help serve both firefighters and help serve the community. For the first time in nearly 60 years, Fire Station 3 has a new look. Firefighters moved back into the station following a $719,000 renovation project that modernizes the facility and updates spaces used by crews every day.
I think it's not only rewarding, but it's also a point in their careers where they can say, we now have a place that we feel we can best perform out of and with the amenities that we need to serve the community better. Fire officials say one of the biggest improvements is the addition of individual sleeping quarters.
We were living in some conditions that, weren't the most ideal. Having our own individual bedrooms, when we're able to sleep at night, not going out on calls, to come back and have your own quiet place to lay your head down. It feels good.
And for firefighters, the renovation is about more than just updating a building. They say it reflects the community's support for the department.
I can't emphasize enough how thankful we are to the community for supporting our projects. They've made incredible investment with our two new stations, and this remodel really shows that the community is behind us and knows how important it is for us to have these amenities in order to serve them better.
Fire officials hope the updated facility will both attract and retain firefighters. Reporting in La Crosse, J.D. McGee, News 8 Now.
Governor Evers making a stop in Black River Falls today. He highlighted Wisconsin's tourism record and how local tourist groups and locations helped to break the record again this year. Today he biked the Foundation Trail to promote the state's outdoor recreation industry.
I think there's no way that any legislator can say that tourism is just some kind of fluff thing. It's not. It's a huge part of our economy, and it's year-round, and so we feel very confident.
Wisconsin's tourism industry brought in nearly 118 million visitors in 2025.
Meantime, Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez making a stop in La Crosse today. She went to the Family and Children's Center to discuss their work addressing domestic and child abuse. She also heard from FCC staff on how they offer mental health care and family support services. Rodriguez says the earlier mental health services can invest in a child, the better the outcomes will be for the family.
Congressman Derek Van Orden hosting small business roundtables today. He highlighted the One Big Beautiful Bill, especially 100% expensing for factory purchases. He also promoted the bill's permanent 20% small business deduction and no tax on tips or overtime.
Some Monroe County residents are asking for a pause on data center development. Residents from the town of Adrian signed a petition calling for an 18-month moratorium on data center development in Monroe County. They brought that petition to tonight's planning and zoning meeting, raising concerns about environmental impact and property values.
We're requesting it to be not just this project, but future projects, not just in Adrian Township, but in the county as a whole, to give the residents and the municipalities, the governments time to do some research, come up with good answers to some really serious questions about what impacts there are to our environment, our home values.
That moratorium proposal heads to the County Zoning Committee on July 20th, and if approved, the full county board will have the final vote.
La Crosse School Board revealing the district's pool survey results tonight. More than 4,000 residents responded with growing demand for year-round indoor pool access. Their proposed facility at Logan Middle School would include an 8-lane competition pool, water slide, and year-round community swim space. Funding would require voter approval through a 20-year bond referendum.
Well, a really nice day today. Comfortable temperatures, although, Greg, the potential for some overnight rainfall.
Yeah, we also seen already some showers approach the area too. So giving an indication they've had some gusty winds and showers, but that'll be the story going forward. The cool conditions will continue, so don't expect any heat or humidity with this pattern throughout the week and even going into next week. Overall, we're still in the 60s, but you see that wind out of Eau Claire, west-northwest at 14. They've had some showers, not so much rain actually hitting the ground, but just activity coming through that's had some gusty winds. Otherwise, it's fairly calm as you go through. There's your line that actually had a little bit of lightning, and radar looks more impressive with rain coming to the ground than actually hitting the ground. What's more impressive is the wind gusts with this line, which was almost severe towards Minneapolis, but now you see Rochester 41 gust. We've had Eau Claire up to 26. So as this kind of comes through, you might see some gusts near 30, but don't expect much in the way of rainfall with it. There's your Menominee one right there. Eau Claire, we're just starting to see some of that activity approach. You could see a few showers here come through in the next hour. Further south you go, unlikely not going to quite get to Winona yet. Probably another hour. And further south La Crosse, you still got maybe another 2 hours to see some of these showers come through. Once again, gusty winds potential with it, not expecting severe, but it does have that working with it. It's a fairly deep system begins to push into the area. Future track shows you that activity really dies down. It's not showing much in the way coming through, but we will have more showers come through later tomorrow morning. That'll be the track, and then we have a much wetter and stronger system for Wednesday, the track out too. All that coming up a bit later.
All right, thank you, Greg. Western Technical College's outgoing president joined other local college leaders at the La Crosse Area Chamber today. Roger Stanford joined UWL Chancellor James Beebe and Viterbo President Rick Tritley at the monthly Chamber of Commerce Forum. The three leaders discussed enrollment, student experiences, and the future of their institutions. Before stepping down, Stanford shared a vision for where he thinks his school is headed and words of advice for his successor.
The next president's got a lot of great ideas. I really think the future of Western is probably a lot stronger data analytics, more predictive analytics. So I'm excited for the next iteration of Western, but don't lose that focus that says every student every day, because we serve all, and that's the heart of who we are, and we really define that, I would say, in the last decade, and I'm proud of that work.
With Stanford retiring, Western has named Kirk Bennett as its next president. He currently serves as vice president at Lone Star College in Texas, and he takes over the job August 1st.
A traffic alert for La Crosse drivers. Vine Street between 15th and 16th is closed, along with 16th Street between Vine and State. No word yet on when the streets will reopen.
On Alaska's 175th anniversary medallion hunt is on. That hunt runs through June 24th with 10 clues dropping daily at 8 a.m. on the city's website and Facebook page. First person to find the hidden medallion wins $250. Today's hint was for 175 years we celebrate a town born where river waters flow. We remember and honor the early settlers who helped Unalaska grow. Along the shores, history still shines bright. Look hard, the medallion will not be found in plain sight.
Well, more feathered friends needed rescuing this week. The town of Shelby Fire Department carefully pulling ducklings from a storm drain one by one.
Yeah, firefighters handling those tiny animals with patience and care. The department says it's moments like these that remind you why the job matters. All of them made it out safely. Still to come, peace deal progress. When and where the official signing ceremony to end the conflict is set to take place.
Plus, a first look at the United Airlines new plane for America's 250th birthday. How the airline is giving back to our servicemen.
It's our anniversary sale celebration at Furniture, Decor & More. Get a doorbuster rocker recliner for just $299.99. Save up to 30% store-wide and register to win a free dining set. Hurry in today and celebrate the anniversary savings at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel.
If high gas prices and car payments are getting you down, come see us at Sugarloaf Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Winona. We have a special purchase of 2025 Nissan Altimas featuring 39 miles per gallon highway, blind spot detection, Apple CarPlay, remote start, and factory warranty. And get this, just $999 down and $329 per month. So ditch that old car and get to Sugarloaf Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on Highway 61, Winona.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
It's our anniversary sale celebration at Furniture, Decor & More. Get a doorbuster rocker recliner for just $299.99. Save up to 30% store-wide and register to win a free dining set. Hurry in today and celebrate the anniversary savings at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel.
Nearly 4 months after the conflict with Iran began, President Trump says the war is over.
The president shared more about the deal in France, where he's attending the G7 summit. CBS News' Jesse Mitchell has the latest.
At the G7 summit in France, President Trump touted the deal to end the war with Iran, made official, the White House said, when both sides electronically signed an agreement Monday.
We got along very well with Iran. It's a different set of leaders. As you know, the first set is gone, the second set is gone, and we found the third set to be very smart, strong, very smart, but we ended up making a deal.
An in-person signing ceremony is scheduled for Friday in Switzerland. U.S. officials say the agreement ends hostilities with Tehran, reopens the Strait of Hormuz, and lifts the U.S. naval blockade on ships bound for Iranian ports. The deal reached also establishes a 60-day window to negotiate the regime's nuclear program with financial rewards like a $300 billion rebuilding fund if Iran makes major concessions.
And the main thing is that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. They fully agreed to that with strong policing powers, and they won't have a nuclear weapon, which is what it was all about.
The U.S. military says its blockade of Iranian ports remains in effect until the Friday signing, when President Trump says the key waterway will be completely opened.
It's a very important step towards peace, but as well for the global economy.
News of the deal drove the stock market up Monday, the Dow finishing up 469 points. But Israel's willingness to stop strikes in the region remains in question. The U.S. says it expects all parties to cooperate with the terms of the deal, but Israeli officials say they're not bound by the agreement to end fighting with Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon. Jesse Mitchell, CBS News, New York.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says the Department of Justice is investigating him and his wife.
Newsom accused President Trump of having a personal vendetta and targeting a political enemy. He hasn't said what the DOJ is investigating, but says he and his wife have nothing to hide.
In recent days, federal agents have knocked on the doors of family, friends, and former employees. Not because they found a crime, because they're simply trying to find one.
The investigation reportedly isn't directly targeting Newsom himself, but is probing people connected to him over possible tax-related crimes. United Airlines unveiling a new specialty Stars and Stripes plane ahead of America's 250th anniversary.
2 United passenger planes will take on a new look in honor of the nation's historic milestone. The design features 50 stars for the states and a commemorative plaque dedicated to active duty service members and veterans.
In a time where we can sometimes be a bit divided, our birthday of this great country unites us. It brings us together. And to think that it's not just Americans that want to celebrate their birthday, but we have so many companies that are leaning in to say, no, we want to participate.
United also announced an initiative that provides active duty U.S. military pilots faster access to a conditional job offer with the airline.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, we definitely have a wet and cool period, potentially all the way through Wednesday. So we'll time out the showers and then show you what the temperatures look like also. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. We have the perfect tile styles and tools you need to transform your space. Plus, our knowledgeable team is ready to bring your tile project to life, one tile at a time. Your next flooring project begins with Tech Professional Quality Floor Prep products. Level uneven subfloors with a self-leveling, portable formula of Tech Easy Level. A 50-pound bag is a value of $24.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
For real deals and real people, you come to Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop upholstery from Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Try sofas, love seats, and recliners in power or manual. Need a lift? Affordably priced lift chairs. Decorate your dining room with a new table set. Make your sleep better with a new mattress or adjustable base. Dressers, chests, and nightstands to pick from. Laid on a new rug, multiple sizes available. We now offer 6 to 12-month financing. Summer-long sidewalk sales, family and veteran-owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
It's amazing all the work that goes into growing this little guy. The research you've done over the past decades is critical to grow a good quality crop.
The UW-Madison has developed light casts to help farmers manage leaf blight before it takes root in potato fields.
I can't really overstate how important that is.
What's at stake isn't just the crop in the ground, it's the sustainability of your family farm.
This partnership really makes me proud to be a Wisconsin farmer.
One Wisconsin on Wisconsin.
What if home felt like a getaway every single day? At Eagle Crest North Senior Living, it can. Relax with coffee in the botanical garden. Meet your neighbor in the game room for pool and shuffleboard. Stay fit in the modern fitness center. Or play around on the indoor golf simulator. It's effortless living for those 55 and better. Eagle Crest North Senior Living is now open. Limited availability. Schedule your tour today.
We're here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you should pay what we pay.
Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Yeah, although we're warm and humid here for the beginning of June, that's typically not the pattern that we get into. Usually it's this type of pattern where we're going to warm up a little bit, cool down, get this northwest flow. Because pretty much out west starts to get that ridge, high pressure builds overhead, and they start to become a dry and warm period pretty much through June, maybe besides the Pacific Northwest. So it's more typical to see that before the monsoon activity starts in the southwest here towards the end of June, early July. So we do see this quite a bit. We're going to be in this pattern for a while. And overall, you can see Monday, pretty much you can clearly see the jet coming northwest, the south, eastward across the south of the area. As we look at overall, this is the pattern we're going to go on. We're going to have weak little systems come through, kind of dive south with this bent in the jet. So one will be coming through tomorrow. Then we have a stronger one that'll be coming through probably Wednesday too, with a much stronger jet. You can see darker colors up there indicating a stronger jet comes through. That's one that'll come through. You see the dip there right there indicating the system passing to our east. We do kind of warm up because the jet does kind of inch a little bit further north. We get some of that warmer air out west, not a lot for the weekend. So maybe get close to 80 once again. Unfortunately, that does come with some chances for rain as we go throughout the weekend, especially on Sunday. So overall, for you wake up for Eau Claire, the showers are scattered. They're very light. You won't see a lot of rainfall for it. You see a decreasing trend in chances. I think we'll see that increase back towards we get towards noon hour. Overall, getting up only about 62 as we get closer to that. Now, La Crosse probably won't see much in the way of activity in the morning. Actually, some sunshine. The chances start increasing by at least 8, and then by noon, to 1 with some daytime heating. I think you'll see definitely some showers out there before things push east in the early afternoon. Once again, lighter rain amounts, not expecting any severe type. With all that cloud cover, more cloud cover at least, and some showers. Low 70s for the north, upper 60s. Once again, we should be upper 70s to around the low 80s this time of year. Wednesday, we have a lot more rain, pretty much widespread rainfall, thunderstorms, even strong. And you see temperatures will hold a lot of areas in the 60s. A little bit more sunshine further south might get into the 70s. Further north you go, might be in just low 60s. So definitely cool for this part of the year to see it. As we look at the severe threat with that system coming through Wednesday, right now the warm front stays just to our south, but we have a pretty strong low pressure coming right directly through the area. So I do think we could see some strong storms in the afternoon time, gusty winds, small hail. Could see several lines of that coming through, so don't let the guard down, even though it just says level 1 out there. I do think we'll see something Wednesday evening, probably Wednesday afternoon after about 3 or so. A lot of rainfall coming too at the next couple of days, especially this is mostly going to fall on Wednesday. Some areas could pick up over 2 inches of rain depending on how these storms pan out. So once again, a good soaking rain. And there's a system for tonight, really. It's coming through with the low pressure to the north. Pretty gusty winds with some of these showers going on. You can see overall, that's what we're going to see going on throughout the nighttime. But if you look at future track, not very much of this is hitting the ground, and that's why you don't see much going on. As we go into the afternoon, there's your activity from about 12 to 2. You can see it kind of increase a little bit with some daytime heating east of I-94. The rest of the day pretty much is quiet, increasing clouds towards Tuesday night, but remaining quiet. And then the activity coming Wednesday morning, you can see overall, that's not going to quite show it. Here we go. We got it there coming. Overall, there's you go, showers coming through, and then we have rounds and rounds of thunderstorms, and you can see they do get quite intense in the afternoon, evening time frame. So once again, keep an eye on Wednesday afternoon. Otherwise, we're going to have mainly dry conditions Thursday all the way through Saturday, and we will start inching our way, as I mentioned, towards average. But then we do have another system coming through on Father's Day, and that does look to start to get wet that time frame into Monday. But as you know, no 90s, no high humidity with this pattern, and this likely will continue all the way potentially next week too.
All right, there's some good news.
Yeah, for June so far, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Twins beginning a weekday series down in Arlington. Plus, Pat Murphy complimenting his ball club after an impressive showing against one of the best arms in baseball. Jacob is next.
Choose from a free TV or 10% off the home price. 4th of July savings now at Home Furniture.
Taste a sweet strawberry, a Jolivet strawberry. Stop by Jolivet Family Farms today for some fresh Jolivet's homegrown strawberries. Available 7 days a week in the market. Pick your own. Check for availability. Jolivet's also features a large selection of fresh vegetables and homegrown produce. There is no sweeter strawberry in the world than a Jolivet strawberry. Only at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Chevy Silverado drivers will do a lot in the next 5 years. For their families, for their communities. But here's one thing they won't do. Pay interest on their new truck. Just announced, for a limited time, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Take on new adventures, make new memories, and leave the interest behind.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Is your concrete cracked, stained, or darkening your space? Here at River Valley Floor Shield, we provide a concrete coating that turns that dark and damaged space into a durable, weather-resistant surface that matches your home perfectly. We are looking for limited homeowners to take place in our Spring Surfacing Special, where they will receive 25% off their project and a new space they're proud of. Call today to see if you qualify for the Spring Surfacing Special.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, what a series win it was for the Brewers yesterday as they had to go through one of the best pitchers in baseball, Christopher Sanchez, to get the victory in the finale. But the Crew able to blank the Phillies for nothing. Jackson Chourio set the tone with a leadoff home run against the Philadelphia ace, marking Chourio's 5th homer in the last 5 games and 7th in June to lead the MLB. Then in the 4th, Blake Perkins delivered a huge blow, a 3-run shot to left field to make it 4-0 Crew, and from there Milwaukee's pitching staff would shut down the Phillies' offense. Here is a pleased Pat Murphy after the game.
Truly, I'm happy for the guys. That's what it's about. You know, I'm happy for the guys to be in a battle like this against a team built for the World Series and that type pitching. And you know, that's what this whole thing's about, is to try to, you know, be in these environments as much as you can and keep your poise and, you know, hopefully win a couple of them. You know.
Milwaukee will start up a 3-game set with the Guardians tomorrow, and during that series we'll more than likely get our first look at Cooper Pratt in a Brewers uniform, as it's been confirmed the 21-year-old infielder has been called up to the majors. He's the franchise's number 4 prospect, and he signed an 8-year contract back in April. Pratt was hitting .244 with 6 home runs and 17 stolen bases in AAA this season. Twins back in action today down in that Texas heat, taking on the Rangers. First inning, 2 on, 2 out for Josh Bell, and the Texas native clobbers that baseball. That'll leave the yard to give Minnesota an early lead. Bottom of the 3rd, Jock Peterson up to bat. He gets one he likes, and that deep shot to right is a souvenir as Texas cuts the deficit to just 1. But in the 6th, the newly named AL Player of the Week continues to mash. Byron Buxton sends that ball into orbit, and it's not coming back. That makes it 4-2. And the Twins bullpen would hold strong from there, winning the opener on the road. Steam coming into their game tonight, winners of 4 in a row, but it's the Honeybees jumping ahead first, as in the 2nd inning, Olivia Hernandez crushes one to left and gone. Minot goes up 2. In the home half's side of the offense, coming alive, Reagan Proud at the dish with a couple runners on base. She splits the gap in left center. That ties the game up at 2. Then later in the frame, Jackie Larson bringing home Proud with a base knock back up the middle, and the Steam take the lead. But check this out. Bridget Chapman thinks she's got the Honeybees' 2nd home run of the game, but check out Larson in center field. Full extension, crashing into the fence, making a sensational grab. Lacrosse's winning streak does come to an end, though. They fall 16-5. Meanwhile, up in Eau Claire, it's the Loggers falling to the Express in Game 1 of a 2-game series. Lacrosse will return home Wednesday for a doubleheader with Rochester. Meanwhile, the Vikings made their training camp plans official today for those fans planning to make the trip to the Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, Minnesota, with 13 open practices beginning on August 1st and concluding August 20th with a joint practice against the Ravens. Tickets for the general public opening June 18th at 10 a.m. And how about this? Earlier today at the country of Cape Verde sent the first shockwave through the FIFA World Cup group stages in their first ever World Cup. They tied one of the favorites to win the entire tournament in Spain in a 0-0 draw. Cape Verde's goalkeeper, Vozinha, was the hero. A 40-year-old held the electric attacking team in the Spaniards scoreless. And guys, with all these countries coming into our country, and also Mexico and Canada as well, but there's been some cool scenes. I am personally really enjoying seeing all the videos of Scotland. All those fans, they were at the baseball game for the Red Sox. They were just doing chants, and they were having a great time. It's so fun to see.
Yeah, I had one of those clips pop up on the algorithm too.
Yep.
They're loud as well.
Very loud. Loud and proud, for sure. Hopefully we get more good moments like that.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Thanks, Jacob.
More to come. All right, more news right after this.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know dads, the ones who know how to build it all, grill it all, and fix it all while still taking the time to share it all. So show them how much you care with great Father's Day gifts for one-of-a-kind dads. Like these men's work and sport plaid shirts, $19.99. Select men's ball caps and graphic tees, 25% off. Plus, catch a fish and raise a glass with Berkeley Swigs for Bigs gift sets, $24.99. Find value on the Gifts Hill value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. So when the job is heavy, GMC Sierra HD reports for duty. During GMC Truck Month, get 4.9% APR plus $2,000 purchase cash on 2026 GMC Sierra heavy-duty Denali models.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust, When I see the look on a member's face when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
It's June Dairy Month, and there's no better place to celebrate than Westby Cooperative Creamery. Since 1903, our farmer-owned cooperative has proudly crafted high-quality dairy products right here in Wisconsin. Our farm families are committed to caring for their cows, protecting the land, and producing dairy products you can feel good about bringing home to your family. Stop into the Westby Creamery Cheese Store for weekly June Dairy Month specials and stock up on your favorite cheeses and dairy treats. Celebrate June Dairy Month with Westby Creamery.
They often say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's what you're looking for, the Board Store is your destination because we have variety. We have windows and doors. We have siding. We have sunrooms. We have kitchens. We have bathrooms. We have flooring. We have tile. Whatever your home improvement needs are, interior or exterior, there's no better destination than the Board Store showrooms at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
San Angelo's first ever Pickle Fest drew hundreds of fans over the weekend.
Yeah, festival goers enjoyed pickle-inspired food and drinks, including pickle lemonade and pickle soda. The fun didn't stop there. A costume contest and pickle juice chugging competition kept the crowds entertained.
How about that?
Are you a pickle guy?
Not to go to an entire festival about pickles,
Yeah.
but it does remind me of the Minnesota State Fair where you can get like pickle flavored pizza and a bunch of other foods. So
okay. I
not
still haven't
necessarily
been.
unique to San Angelo, but some people do love their pickles.
Yeah, these people did, obviously. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Join the conversation. Like us on Facebook.
Tired of running out of hot water? Upgrade to a Bradford White tankless water heater installed by Maxwell White Plumbing. Save up to $300 with a $100 water heater coupon, $100 trade-in, and $100 Focus on Energy rebate. Enjoy endless hot water and call Maxwell White today.
What is Spectrum Internet? It's the fastest and most reliable internet.
It's connecting with my followers out there and in here.
It's secure internet for you and your family.
It's keeping kids like us safe online.
It's Wi-Fi that stays on even when the power doesn't.
Staying connected no matter what.
So what's Spectrum Internet? It's everything you want it to be. Switch today at spectrum.com.
Hurry into any Maury's Auto Group location for their used car savings event this Friday and Saturday, June 19th and 20th. For 2 days only, shop Maury's wide selection of used vehicles at exceptional prices and get a $500 gas card with the purchase of a used vehicle. Have a vehicle to trade? Stop in for a quick appraisal. The first 15 appraisals each day get a $20 gift card. Plus, enjoy free food and more while you shop. Visit Maury's.com for details. Get more with Maury's.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them.
Switch to T-Mobile in 15 minutes.
What they're trying to say is you can switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Plus, T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus the other big guys over the past 5 years.
I'm switching and saving. I'm switching and saving.
Sports bring us together. They're the moments we cheer for, argue over, and remember for years. But more and more, the games fans love are getting locked behind paywalls. Another app, another fee, another way fans get left behind. Fans are tired of losing access to their favorite teams. Sports belong where everyone can watch them, on broadcast TV. Make your voice heard. Text sports to 39179 today.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation.
Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower. 5-star plumbing service done right.
All right, showers for tomorrow. Most of them will wrap up in the morning, but some could extend till about 2 to 3 in the afternoon. Light showers, a lot of rain, thunder on Wednesday, and keep an eye Wednesday afternoon. Not quite widespread severely, but there could be a lot of stronger storms in the afternoon as that system pushes through. Otherwise, dry and cool, really, for most of the week, too. No 80s or 90s in sight.
All right, not too bad. That'll do it for us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.